Hi everyone, happy Monday to you. Thanks for starting off a brand new week with us here on Up With KREM. I'm Tim Pham. We have Brandon T. Jones here with us, keeping us updated on the weather forecast. And my goodness, Brandon, I was just looking at your 7-day and it's going to be in the upper 90s possibly this week.
No, absolutely, Tim. It's going to be a toasty one here for us on this week. It's just going to feel like summer, though, here throughout the inland northwest. So expect some temperatures in the 90s as we take a look at our weather headlines. A hot and a dry week. Highs in the 90s pretty much every single day this week, if not the 90s. Right there close to it at 89 or so. And then also a chance of some thunderstorms in southeast Washington and North Idaho as well. Take a look at your forecasted highs here on this Monday. Again, lots of 90s here on the map. You got 88s down in Pullman and Moscow, but 90 here in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, 90 in Deer Park, 88 up in Sandpoint. Nonetheless, it's going to be hot. That's going to be the trend here throughout the week. So make sure you're just prepared for those conditions. Pack an extra water bottle or two. Again, maybe a cooling towel or so. Hit some of those splash pads if you're hanging out with the kids. And again, just remember to grab some shade whenever you can as well and stay cool.
Here's a live look at the traffic impact this morning. Here's I-90 and Evergreen in Spokane Valley. Off to a great start here. We're not seeing any slowdowns or backups on either direction of I-90. Taking a look at our traffic maps too, things are looking great. So we'll keep you updated throughout the show. We'll let you know if there's anything that causes you problems on your morning commute. On Up With KREM, we bring you weather and traffic together every 30 minutes. It's 6:02 this morning. Flags across the country are flying at half-staff following the sudden death of Senator Lindsey Graham over the weekend. This morning, we're learning the South Carolina Republican may have died after suffering a tear to his aorta. That's according to a medical examiner. Graham had been running for a 5th term in the Senate. The South Carolina governor will appoint a temporary replacement until a newly elected senator can take office in January. Graham was 71. We will have more on how the senator is being remembered in our next half hour. Tracking wildfires this morning, evacuation levels have been reduced in the B&O fire burning in Okanagan just outside of Omak. This is a look at the updated map. You can see evacuations are now at level 1, get ready, and level 2, get set. So keep in mind, some roads are still closed in the area. So far, the fire has burned nearly 3,000 acres. The Okanagan County Emergency Management says at least 3 homes were destroyed. Starting this morning at 7 a.m., a pilot car will escort vehicles along Highway 11. This comes after the highway was shut down over the weekend because of a wildfire burning near Greer. The Clearwater County Sheriff's Office says the highway will open for the night, with a pilot car returning tomorrow morning. The Idaho Department of Land says the fire has grown to about 350 acres and is 0% contained. Crews are working on containment lines and hotspots. Meantime, the Upper Smith fire near Bonners Ferry has burned more than 400 acres. It's still 0% contained. According to the U.S. Forest Service, lightning caused the fire. Boundary County residents are encouraged to stay prepared. Major developments over the weekend. The Seattle Seahawks could soon be owned by the Kozla family. The Seahawks are moving towards a record-breaking $9.6 billion sale, the largest franchise deal in NFL history. Alex McClune shares who the team's new owners are.
Fans want to know more about the Kozla family and what's going to happen when they take over here next season. A man who helped save the Seahawks back in 1997 says he talked to connections and is convinced fans should be optimistic.
Seattle is still riding the momentum of a Super Bowl championship.
I don't know who he is.
Combined with a summer that put the city on the world stage during the World Cup.
I don't know the family.
Now the team and the 12s will welcome new owners right as it raises a championship banner inside Lumen Field.
I just know that he's from Sun, went to Stanford. I went to Stanford as well.
The man set to take over is 71-year-old Vinod Khosla, one of Silicon Valley's best-known venture capitalists.
I'm actually ex-Microsoft, and I thought a bunch of ex-Microsofties could get together and buy the team. I was very disappointed that nobody in Washington State bought it.
Anybody who's dealt with them that I've talked with at Stanford knows that they are winners.
King County Councilmember Pete Von Reitbauer helped convince former owner Paul Allen to buy the Seahawks in 1997, and he's learning more about the new owners, the Kozla family.
There's one thing you should know about the family. The Coastal family have lived in the same house in California since 1986. And for about 25 days out of the month, the Coastal family comes together as a family. So we're not just getting a owner, we're getting a family of owners who are committed to winning.
But I'm excited that there's interest in the purchase, and it looks like there's good alignment there as far as being a family.
For fans of the Super Bowl champs, there's nothing these fans want to change other than staying on top.
Maybe the only thing you would change then is a bigger trophy case for more Super Bowls?
Yes, let's do another. We need another one. One more, just one more would be great.
Von Reitbauer expects a family style of ownership. He also expects Kozla's wife, Niru Kozla, to serve as the franchise representative to the NFL. In Seattle, Alex McClune, King 5 News.
Right now, the Adams County Sheriff's Office is investigating a drive-by shooting that happened over the weekend near Othello. One person was sent to a hospital. Deputies responded to a call of shots fired into a home. One person was hurt and had to be airlifted to a Western Washington hospital. The Sheriff's Office believes the shooting may be gang-related. The shooting remains under investigation. New this morning, a former St. John teacher has pleaded guilty to first-degree sexual misconduct with a minor. Back in May, Mackenzie Knott was arrested after being accused of having an inappropriate relationship with a high school student. She is set to be sentenced on August 28th. The former first-grade teacher could face 6 to 12 months in prison, as well as register as a sex offender. There will also be a 5-year sexual assault protection order in place for the student she had a relationship with. This morning, a man is in jail for attempted murder charges. Rathdrum police arrested a man on Friday after he admitted to abusing a child. Northern Lakes emergency crews responded to a child with a medical issue. Police say 32-year-old Aaron Dyke admitted to abusing the child the previous week and said he noticed changes in the child's health. Our news partners with the Coeur d'Alene Press reports Dyke faces attempted murder and felony injury to a child charges. The child is receiving care at Sacred Heart Medical Center. This morning, we're following up on a story we first brought to you back in January. Avista filed a request to the state on a 4-year plan to increase electric and natural gas base rates. Now customers have a chance to weigh in on the proposal. The Washington Utilities and Transportation Commission holding a virtual public hearing on August 27th. Customers can comment on the rate increase. If this is approved, prices would go up on January 1st of each of the next 4 years. But the commission has the authority to set the final rates, which could be different from what Avista proposed, depending on the results of their investigation and customer feedback.
We're taking a look at our Coeur d'Alene camera, and I can imagine the boats are going to be active here this week. Lots of people going to utilize that water, and it's a good week to do so. It's going to be summer here, pretty much a picture-perfect summer week here in the inland Northwest. Right now, 58 degrees, winds mostly calm, 5 miles per hour or so. So it feels good, again, as you're stepping out the door this morning, pulling up our day planner. By this afternoon, you're going to be feeling that heat, though. It's going to be nice and toasty out there. Temperatures near 90 degrees as our highs, and forecasted highs pretty much the same trend all across the map right there. So prepare for a nice and toasty day. A nice and toasty week here is ahead of us with those 90s sticking around. We'll get into more details just ahead in your full forecast.
Because of those warm temperatures, if you are planning to cool off with a swim, remember to stay safe. The water can turn dangerous in just seconds. AAA says people tend to overestimate their swimming abilities. So here are some basic tips that you can do to stay safe while in the water. First, get CPR training so you can help others. If you are boating, paddleboarding, or kayaking, make sure you have life jackets. Only dive where you know it's deep enough. Remember to stay hydrated and, of course, use sunscreen.